How's it going, everybody? My name is Reda, and today's video is super interesting. So we're going to be talking about debit spreads and how to use them to trade options, which are already a volatile financial derivative, to trade in a volatile market. So how can we take something that's volatile, manipulate it so that there's less risk and the same amount of reward is available, right? And use that to trade in a volatile market. That's the idea behind today's video. This is going to be the second iteration of my vertical spread explanation, and today's explanation is going to be focused on debit spreads. If you have yet to see my video on credit spreads, right? Bull credit spreads and bear credit spreads. That video I will have tagged right over here or right over here, wherever it is on YouTube. And I really recommend you click that video and watch that one because that one is a bit more intuitive. I go a bit deeper into the math behind a credit spread. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the credit spread's brother, which is the debit spread, right? Debit spread's incredibly interesting. So if you remember from the credit spread video, we explained that a credit spread, you gain your max gain at the moment you take the trade. You gain max gain the moment you take the trade. Right? So if we're talking about a debit spread, which is the exact opposite, right? So let's see if I still have my credit spread notes. Let's see here. Yes, so we have the credit spread notes. Let's go to the, let's see here. We will go back to the videos, credit spread, and you'll notice that in the credit spread, we had the bullish credit spread, we had bullish credit spreads, and we had bearish credit spreads. So that means that we have bullish debit spreads, and bullish, bearish debit spreads. So let's talk about the main differences, right? The main differences. Well, the main difference here is with a debit spread, you get your max loss. You get your max loss. So I'm sorry. Let me let's see. Two classes. Make this one a heading. And differences. Right? Heading. Right? So you have your two classes here, the bullish debit spread and the bearish debit spread. And your differences are that you get your max loss at trade open. And you get your max gain at expiration. Or your max gain leading into expiration. So you'll be up 10%, 20%, 30%, 100%, 150% going into expiration. So your max gain over time into EXP. Okay? So that's the first difference, is that with a credit spread, you're getting your max loss instantly, and then with a credit spread, you're getting your max gain, and then the losses over time going into expiration. With a debit spread, you're getting your max loss at the start, and then you're gaining your max gain over time. Now, here's the key difference between a credit spread and a debit spread. With a debit spread, you can sell anytime. You can sell if you're up 40%, you can sell if you're up 50%, you can sell if you're up 200%, you can sell if you're down 20%, you can sell if you're down 50%. Well, remember with a credit spread, we talked about you only gain that max credit at expiration. With a debit spread, that is not the case. You can sell at any time, right? So it is less risky. And the third difference is there's no risk of being assigned if you don't do something stupid, right? If you don't buy something like in the money or whatever the case may be. But in this case, if we're talking about bullish and bearish on either side, right? If you're taking something, so we know that the risk associated with spreads is you can be assigned early. I will say not no risk, less risk of being assigned early. Okay, so this idea here makes debit spreads a lot safer, right? And they're a lot easier for a new investor to comprehend, right? So let's explain a debit spread. So we have the two classes, the bullish debit spread and the bearish debit spread. Well, first, let's talk about debit spreads in general. So the main idea here is that we're gaining our max loss as soon as we open the trade. So that means that what we're selling is less than what we are buying. So instead of gaining as soon as we take the trade, we're pulling out of our pocket. So that means, so we'll say keys to success the first key here to understand is that we are paying at the start. We're paying at the start. So number one, paying out of pocket. And number two, so if we're already paying out of pocket, now number two becomes, well, I don't think this is so much a key to success, so I'll try to explain this as we continue to move forward. So we're paying out of pocket, so as soon as we take the trade, we're paying for it, and then that means, so a subheading here, I don't know if I'm able to do that. Yes, so a subheading here becomes, the leg you buy, so your long leg, we'll say the long leg equals more expensive than short leg. So the leg you buy is much more expensive than, or not much more expensive, just more expensive than the leg you sell. That way you end up paying out of pocket instead of gaining a credit. So let's talk about it, right? Let's gain some more room here, and then let's talk about it. So we have SPY open. Remember last time we talked about with a credit spread. So if I want to take a call credit spread, otherwise known as a bear credit spread, right? Because you're playing on the call side. So if I buy the $16, if I buy this one for 16, that means I have to sell something for more than 16 in order to make this a credit spread, right? So let's say I sell this 274. Now you can see when I send the order, you can see you have a credit. So I'm gaining a 56-cent credit as soon as I take this trade. And as long as SPY is less than 248 by expiration, so by March 27th, I get to keep this 56 bucks. If not, I'll lose $44, right? So this was a credit spread. So the opposite side of this is like, okay, if I buy this for 247, it's going to cost me 17 bucks, right? If I don't have $17, what I could do is I can sell something to make this less than 17 bucks, right? And now you can see it's become a debit spread, right? So now, if SPY ends up being greater than 247 by this expiration, I'll make $43. If not, I'll lose $57. And out of pocket, I'm paying 57 cents per spread. So the advantages of a spread is debit spreads allow small account traders to gain access to opportunity. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Or to gain access to large contracts, right? So that is the advantage here. So the key to success, or another key to success, I guess we can add that in the keys to success pile, is that debit spreads allow small account traders to gain access to large trades. So if I just took that call naked, it would cost me $1,700. If I sell against that call, right, you can see now it's only going to cost me $57. And as long as we go above 247, I'll get to keep a max profit of 43. Now, how do you calculate? So we know exactly how we're calculating our net debit, right? We're gonna pay it. We know exactly how much it costs. How do we calculate our max profit? Well, this one is super easy, right? All you do is you take the large contract, so in this case it's 248, minus the minus the smaller contract, 247, minus 57 cents. So your debit, how much you paid, 0.57, right? And this is going to equal, right? It's going to equal 0.43. So your max gain is $43 per spread equals max gain. Super duper simple, right? So this is the basic idea behind debit spreads. And remember, so in this case with a call, you have your bullish debit spread, unlike its brother, the credit spread on the call side. So your bullish equals calls where you are buying the more expensive leg and selling the less expensive leg, right? So you're paying a debit out of pocket, and the bearish is going to equal the puts, right? So let's do this on the opposite side. So let's say we buy the 247. Well, if I buy the 247 for 1770, that means I can sell this one for 1780, right? Or I'm sorry, this is going, because the market's closed, this is going to show us so if I buy this for 247, right? I want to sell a leg lower than it, right? So I'll sell this one for $16.93. And you can see now we've got a beautiful debit spread where if we're paying instead of paying, okay, I'm going to show you right now. So let's say we think SPY is going to go down, right? We think it's not going to go above 148 by March 27th. Instead of paying, I'm sorry, this is the sell side, right? So instead of paying $1,800, $1,700, between $1,700 and $1,800 for a put, what we can do is we can buy this put and sell the one right above it, right? And now we're only paying $43 out of pocket, $43 out of pocket for a 57. So this was almost a 50% return, right? So it's almost a 50% return. But what's interesting is if we push ourselves something to, let's see here, SPY, let's say it's at 240, right? So if I buy this one and I sell this one, right? We're going to pay $1.86 out of pocket, right? But if we pay $1.86 out of pocket, we're looking to make $314 by this time. So again, how do you calculate this? 240 minus 235, that's $5, right? Minus the 186 is going to give us our max profit. And this is the greatest part about debit spreads is it allows us, you can get even crazy debit spreads like buy this and sell this, for example, right? You can see over 200%, right? A 200% trade. So you're paying $257 out of pocket. And if SPY is greater, SPY is less than 222, right? So if SPY is less than 222, you're going to make 200%. This gets even more interesting when we go to something like, I don't know, the market's closed. So for example, I just wrote a video on what I think we should go long on, right? But if we go to Caterpillar, for example, and we go 1 month out, that would get us to April 9th. Okay. Oh wow, the spreads are very wide here. But if we buy the 95 call, right? So right now Caterpillar's at 92. If we buy the 95 and we sell the 94, right? You can see as long as we stay. So in this case, as long as we stay less, right? So this is a credit spread. If we stay less than, I guess this is sub video how to use spreads to take trades that you can afford or whatever the case may be. But you're standing to make. Look at that. Look at that percentage wise. So these are a very nice tool to have in the arsenal, right? So a very, very, very nice tool to keep in the arsenal in order to take trades that maybe you can't afford or you don't believe in too much to lower the initial risk, but keep a hold of the long-term gain, right? The long-term reward. And debit spreads are the lesser of the two evils, I should say, right? So they are the easier ones to grab a hold of. You can take them at any time. You can sell them at any time. You're paying out of pocket, so you don't have to worry about that in-between expiration risk. And on top of that, it's a lot easier to comprehend, and I think that debit spreads really can help a new trader grow their account over time. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the description below, or as always, I leave a link to my live Discord room where I'm working more one-on-one, trying to show people. That's where you can get an answer faster from me, right? That link is always also in the description. Besides that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it learning about finance. Please, if possible, leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you guys soon.